welcome to Studio Nicole. I am Nicole, and I'm so glad that you're here. I'm really happy to be getting back into my Cascade journal. I only have a few pages left, and I've been ignoring her lately because I've had so many other projects going. But this video is for Anita. She reminded me that I needed to get back into it. And so here I am, and I hope you enjoy this video, Anita, and everyone else, of course. I've got my bin here on my desk, and I'm going to just flip through it because it's been a little while, and I don't really remember what's in here. This was the last page that we did, and I put this little tip in and did some slow stitching. I've got some kind of muted writing in here, and these heart, they were die cuts along with the embossed words "Today I Will," which were came from my Oracle deck cards. I was stamping "Today I Will" on all of the cards, so I had that stamp handy and I thought it was perfect in here. I made some intentions for the year, and now I want to take a look over here on this left-hand side and figure out what I need to do. I'm not sure. I kind of want to do something that's going to like contrast like the colors. I want the colors to like pop a little bit. I like this bright pink with the purple. So maybe Oh no, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm looking at what the options are. That's gonna fade in too much to what we got. There's this. This is right. This is the other half of that paper. Um, I really like this, but it's on like a brown background, and these pages are pretty um, like white and not super vintage. So I'm not sure if that's the best fit, but I'm really being drawn to this color on here, just so you can kind of see, like I want something that's gonna pop out. I might have to Ooh, I'm making a mess. I'm pulling out another bin. This has uh, this has all kinds of random things in it. So these are the scraps from the outside of my Oracle deck cards. I'm not sure that the colors are going to be right enough on those. So these, and they are very, very tiny scraps. These are like tiny little paper shreds almost. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them, but I just couldn't throw them away. They were like too yummy. So this was my desk paper that I ended up coloring. Like I just, once it got too messy to use, I just started it's kind of like this a little bit. What do we think? Oh, maybe that's like too much of a departure. A little better down here. Still kind of a dark background, though. I think something brighter. These are some stamped napkins that I made and some stamped tissue paper and mark making. I love this. I actually would love to use one of these. These are really textured, like fiber papers. I would love to use one of these somewhere, but I don't think, well, maybe on this page somehow. Like I like that it kind of calls out these. Well, hmm, I'm gonna cut one of these out. I'm cutting it out pretty loose so I can rip it later because I don't always like to have like a nice cut edge. So I'm giving myself some margin on the edge so that I can kind of go back in and like tear it. I'm going to leave one of these in the Cascade journal bin so that the next time I pull this out, I can use it on another one of these pages back here. I do want to use it, but not today. I'm just looking through some of this mark making. I think the colors are pretty muted on this stuff, so I'm not sure that any of it is going to work. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not seeing anything that I think will work, at least not in this bin. So let's move it on to the side. and look through the big bin. These are some alcohol ink. You know, I really like this dark purple. This would look so good on here somehow with the purples that are already on the page. I wonder if I could run this through like a die cutter. I'm just tracing a heart. I don't know that I would want a heart because I've already got hearts on this side. Um, I could just cut out a heart if I was going to do that. Do I want to do that? Maybe I do want to kind of pull that shape across. I want to cut a heart out of this and let's see how it goes. Let's just do it. How bad can it be? If I don't like it, I'll just use it for something else. All right. Maybe not the best heart I've ever drawn or ever cut, but do I like this? I don't know. Too much going on here. Hold on. Okay. I I like this, but I don't know if I like it with the paper across it. Like it looks like it's like half a heart or it's like a heart in the pocket. Maybe that works. Okay. Maybe I could even glue this down and turn it into a pocket, and this heart could just kind of sit in there. That's what I'm going to do. That way I don't have to do anything with this side of the page, which I was kind of wondering, like, what do I want to do there? Well, maybe I'm just going to take this and glue and just like stick it down. Maybe I'll do that. And then I will have a pocket on the page and I can leave this heart instead of gluing it down. I can poke like a hole in it and put some ribbon and make it into a tag and then just tuck it in. So I just put some glue across the outside edge and the bottom edge. It's already taped in the center. And I'm giving myself a little bit of, like, I'm not sticking it super. Oh, I wonder how that's going to work. I want it to crease when it closes. I don't know. I'm not sure how this is going to work. We'll see. This is an experiment. It might not stick well. It might come apart because when I try to bend it, I know you can't really see this, but it gaps away from the page here when I bend it. We'll see. All right, I love that. And then this can just kind of tuck right in there. Maybe I'll tear this little bit off. This can kind of tuck right in there, and I'm gonna just hole punch this top corner right there. And I'm gonna grab, hold on, I'll be right back. I just had this out and I just put it back away. So I knew right where it was. This is like eyelash trim. And I have this beautiful like purple that might work. Also this blue. I like the blue because it pulls in the blue from this other side. So I might do that. Oh, what if I, no, I think I'm just going to go with blue. I was going to say, what if I do both? Or white? I'm just going to go with blue. I'm not going to overthink it. All right. So there's that. And I'm just going to wrap this through here. So we have, maybe I need to make that shorter. Maybe I need to cut it a little shorter so it's not so long. Yeah. All right. So I've got this cute little heart tuck now that just goes in here. And I could put like a message or something on the back of this. What do I want the back to say? We have this theme of like being kind to yourself and like giving yourself support and gentleness. Um, all right, let's look through. Where did the bin go? Let's look through the bin just one more quick time and see if there are any words or anything that jump out. Um, Like I have one of these in here already. And these have, I should have just used one of these. No, I like the colors. I like the colors that I used. Anyway, I don't think I have anything in here really with words on it. Not much. There's a little bit here. Mm. It says time progress of existence, but I don't think it really fits like the theme. I think the color fits kind of nicely, but it doesn't really fit. So I'm going to pause you and I'm going to look for some words or a stamp or something that I can use. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back and I found this little strip of paper that says remarkable woman. So I think what I might do is cut this into pieces. Make some room here on my desk. Look, see how easy it gets messy again? It takes nothing at all. And I'm thinking that I might put it right on the front instead of putting it on the back. I could do some journaling on the back and I could just put this like right here on the front. Just like that. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. It is alcohol ink on I think this is photo paper, not Yupo, but I don't know how it will stick. So we'll see. I'm gonna give it a shot. Do I want to ink it? Now is a nice time to ask that after I've already put glue on it. Nope. Do I want to ink it? Oh, maybe I do. I don't have an ink pad handy and the glue is drying as we speak. So I'm gonna grab this paint pen in pink and I'm gonna just like go around the edge kind of roughly, not worrying about being too neat or precise. And then, oh look, the paint like dripped. Fun. Um, stick that down, and then I will learn from my lesson and ink this one. I'm not inking it, I'm painting it. And I'm going to paint this one before I put the glue on. But now I have all this paint on my desk. So I'm going to just grab, this was in one of the bins. It's got some Oriental writing on it. That's probably not the right term. Asian. I'm looking for Asian, maybe writing. Now it's got some pink on it too. All right, I'll clean that up later. Oh, yeah, I certainly don't want to offend anybody. I don't want to use, like terminology that is offensive. Sometimes my brain just doesn't, um, like I'm just like grasping for words because I'm doing like two things at once or five things at once. And, like that's the term that I grew up with. That's my, shows my age. But I don't know. Sometimes I won't hurt anybody's, feelings or stress them out. I'm not into microaggressions here. Um, so I need to do better. All right, I this is like really there's like too much play here. So I might actually glue more of this down. I'm gonna peel it back up and goodness, I'm gonna put a little bit of glue like around the outside, around the outside, around the outside. That's my little callback to Adele, calling back to Eminem. I'm gonna let this dry, and now it's a smaller pocket in the middle for this to go, so it whew, won't have so much room to like move around, and it'll kind of stay right there. I don't want to glue it in though, so I want to let this glue dry really well before I stick that in there. All right. So I haven't done a whole lot here except for, put this little heart-shaped tag in here. I like it. I think it works really well. It's a nice interactive element on the page. And now I do have to do something on this side. Since I glued the other side down, that does leave me with one side. Luckily, I have a ton of these little bits of just fun stuff. Like this is all um this is just tiny little collage papers. And I feel like this would be a great way to cover this. Maybe I'll just do some collage here. I'm going to start with a dark. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe I want it. Maybe I want the dark on this side. Like it's almost like a shadow. It kind of mimics the shape. What am I thinking here? It says narrative discourse, which I don't know if that matters, means anything. I'm just layering things on here with no real. You can't really see. Let me scooch you guys down. Oh, I bumped my head into the light. I have to adjust the light. Hold on. All right, let's see how that does. All right, so I am just layering things onto this black piece of paper. It's not attached yet, and I'm actually not doing anything over here, which is where I need to be working. I just think that's too busy with the heart behind it. Like all of this on here would just be too much. So I kind of like this busyness happening down here, and then this is going to cover it up. Right. And then you kind of like reveal it when you flip this little pocket. So I might do that. I like the black background and I like all these pieces layered in front of it. Again, I'm not overthinking stuff here. I'm really just gonna go with it. I should probably put some paper down on my desk to use um, so that I'm not putting glue on my desk when I do that, but oh well, we are just going with it today. I don't have time to slow down. I won't get anything done. All right, layering. I do like this. I liked this. Do I have another? I don't have any other. Do I be inspired? Well, maybe I can put the be inspired on this side. I don't know. Is that too much? We've got this, and we've got this. I'm going to save this for another page. It's fine. I do like it, and I do want to use it, but I will do it another day. Do I want this along the bottom? Some paper. I like this little butterfly. It's got some gold accents in it. The gold kind of picks up the gold elsewhere on the page. I need some more contrast here between these two things. I mean, I like the idea of having the fiber and the fabric on the page. I don't know if this. I suspect that this is going to be more trouble than it's worth. This looks like sari silk, maybe. Hmm. Yeah, I can't really stretch it out. I wish I could like flatten it out a little bit. No, that's fine. It's not working and I'm gonna stop fiddling with. Oh, even with clean desk, I'm still bumping into stuff and making a mess. What about this? This is almost the same color, but it's paper, so it would certainly be easier to work with. Oh yeah, I think I'll do that. All right, so I'm gonna cut just a little piece off and I'm gonna layer under this corner like that. That's it. That's how we're doing it. All right, now I need to like disassemble this in order. That's my glue down here. This on there. So what it does is well, that's not there's not enough contrast there for you to be able to see what I'm doing here, is there? It just kind of outlines that top corner. Gives it a little bit of contrast against this paper and the background. So smear some glue down on that. I'm not laying it down all the way because I want to layer this this hole punched piece underneath it. And I am putting this on a piece of paper instead of on my desk pad because I'm gonna get a bunch of glue in the background and I don't need my desk pad to be any stickier than it already is. Okay. I'm gonna layer this side over here. This has blue eyelash thread like sticking around everywhere. Oh, I just distorted all over. Okay. And then here, this, and then that. That's going to be it. I'm going to use heavier glue because this is like heavier cardstock. And I want to glue it in the center and like leave the wings unattached so that they can, have a little bit of dimension on the page. If you can see, but they're not attached all the way down. So there's a little bit of like, dimension. All right, so I'm going to leave that. I'm going to let that glue. I feel like I need something right there, like maybe just one word. Oh, look. Sometimes when you ask, the universe provides. How about this? Kindness. What do I think? Do I want that there? I think it kind of fades into the... Where do my scissors go? Oh, I put them back. That's the problem. When I put it back, I never look for it where it's supposed to go. I always look for it just in a pile on my desk somewhere. I'm going to cut off some of the margin around this word and see if that makes that better. It kind of does, actually. It doesn't, I liked the background and I was covering too much of it up. So now this doesn't, I have a little bit of this pink pen from earlier, from when I tested the pen out and a big blob of it came out over there. So I'm just gonna like smear on this word a little. Oh, that was a lot. Maybe that was more than I meant to do. Oh well, it's done now, right? I'm gonna make it look like it's supposed to be that way. All right, and then that can go down right there. Okay, now I don't like it. Put it down here. Oh, it says have a good day. Help. I actually think it works better if it kind of connects to the pink in the butterfly. Like if it's closer than if it's over here, then it feels like it's just kind of floating around out here by itself. But the closer it gets to the butterfly, the more I like it. Is that weird? I don't know. Oh well. Again, I'm overthinking and I'm not going to do that. When I look at this in, 5 years or something, I come back and flip through it. I'm not going to be like, oh my gosh, that word is 3 centimeter or 3 millimeters too far to the right. It should have been to the left. Oh, nobody cares that much, right? I don't even care that much. No one else is. Oh my gosh, this glue. I really do need to remember to store it upside down. When I get busy and I just set it on my desk like this, then it's a nightmare. So back in the holder, upside down it goes. All right, I'm just gonna put this on here. I'm gonna kind of split the difference. That's where it's going. All right, I think it's more pink than I wanted it to be. I didn't want it to stand out quite that much, but that's how it ends up. It's a lot. Maybe I'll do some dots and pull that pink around so it doesn't feel so. Oh, oh, this pen is like dripping. There's pink drips over here now and a big drip over here. Oh, and we're just going to pretend that it was supposed to be that way. Because what else can we do? Maybe I'll put some up. Oh, sorry. I'm over here having a temper tantrum because the paint is like blobbing out. I really didn't like that blob there. This paint pen is making me angry. Right. Sorry, I'm not talking. It's sometimes I get doing what I'm doing and I forget that I'm supposed to be narrating. I'm just adding some mark making. All right. So I wanted to put a little bit of pink over here to pull this pink across the cluster, and then I dripped paint over here in this corner. So now I have made some splatters and some dots over here and over here. And because it's important to have cohesion on your page, I also put a third cluster of dots up here. I did start I did have a bigger blob and I wiped it off, but I think it looks okay the way it is. So now all of the pieces kind of fit together, but I need to dry this because I can't close this right now with this wet paint here. So hold on one second. Okay. The paint is dry and I just realized that I didn't do anything at all to this side, which was the whole point. This is what I was trying to do. Because technically this page was already done, but alas, now what? Now what? I really want this to be simple. I don't want it to draw the focus away from this little cluster that it's hiding, but I also don't want it to be just completely plain. So I'm thinking about grabbing my ink pads, and I think I might just ink it lightly in like a maybe like a pink or a purple. I don't think I really have a light purple. I think all of my purples are very, very dark. Blank piece of paper, layer it underneath here. I'm gonna grab. Oh, I used to use these as, everyone did, but I have to say, I really love these, like really thickly, um, packed makeup brushes for inking. Um, it's much easier on my hands. It's not inking very cleanly, but that's okay. Nothing else in this journal has been neat either. Where's the lid to this? All right, I've lost the lid. This is why I put my scissors away, and then I won't be able to find them later. They're in the way. Everything is always in the way. That pink was a lot. Now, that's a lot. It's a little more, it doesn't really show up on camera very, very well, but it's a little brighter. Oh, there's my lid. It's a little brighter than I expected and a little brighter than I wanted. All these scraps back in here. So, um, where's this? Nope, that's not gel. That's not gel. Modeling based. I can't seem to find my gesso. Where is that? Oh, it's over there. I can't reach it. Ah! I'm sorry that took so long. Okay, so I'm just gonna mute this a little bit. Too late. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Got a little gesso on the back page, but it'll be okay. I don't hurt anything. This is my preferred method of applying gesso is to just dip my finger in the jar and go to it. I don't think I've ever really outgrown finger painting from kindergarten. It's still my favorite way um, to paint, although it does make for messy hands. That is the reality. It's a consequence I'm willing to face. Okay, that's better. That is much better. It's more muted, but it's got a little bit of color. Maybe I'll take, oh God, I'm probably gonna drip paint everywhere again. Maybe I'll take and add like a little bit of like sprinkly little dots onto this side as well. Just to kind of tie it together with this other side, just a little bit. So it feels like it connects a little bit. I don't know. I'm not 100% thrilled with it, but I don't know what to do with it instead. I want whatever I do with it, I want it to be subtle. I don't want anything that's really gonna like jump out, but I just think it needs a little bit more visual interest, like maybe some ghost patterns. Let's see. I was pulling out every art supply I own today, apparently. Um, maybe. I like this. Let's do this. All right. So, stencil here. Some messy writing and some words. And I think it's going to pull over the messy words that are over on this side. So I'm going to go in, and the purple I think was more muted, surprisingly, than the pink. So I'm going to go back in with just a little bit of purple, and I'm going to just add just a hint of these words to this background. There we go. It's very subtle. Um, it's very subtle, but it's not empty, right? It's not like plain. It's got some visual interest. Let me get a little closer. So there we go. So now there's not anything on here that's going to detract from what's happening here, but at least it doesn't look plain and unembellished like we just ignored it and didn't do anything to it. It's got a little bit of something happening. And maybe I can ink the edge a little bit more. Maybe this is where the other inker comes in more handy. This is definitely easier to do with this. All right, I'm calling it. Here we go, folks. Thanks for sticking with me through this cute little page. We've got a pocket on the left-hand side with a little tag that tucks in there and says Remarkable Woman. It's very shiny. It's very alcohol ink and eyelash trim. I might need to secure this. It's not staying on there very well. I like the color palette on this page. I like the interactive elements. We've got this, we've got a little flip. It's covering up a little. I'll tell you what I see when I flip it though, is this is like super pink heavy and the rest of the page has a lot of like blue on it. And so I kind of want to bring a little bit of blue in here. So I might do that just before I call it. I was ready to call it, but I think I just need the tiniest hint blue or green to make it work. Is this going to work, do I think? I don't know. I don't know. I'm just going to like tear a little piece of this. Tear a little piece of this paper and just layer. I don't want to cover up Have a Good Day. Maybe I'll layer it under here. Okay. Kind of like that. All right. So I don't know if you can really pick this up on the camera. The light doesn't seem like when I look on the recording, it doesn't look like you can see it super well. But this little strip of blue above the pink, it just kind of helps like tie this blue here, and this blue here across the page. So I like that. I wonder if I could just do like the slightest other little hint over here. That's what I'm gonna do. It's very subtle, but that's okay. It makes me happy, and that's what matters. All right, so I'm putting a tiny little bit of blue over in this corner, and I'm gonna put a little bit of blue. I'm not even gonna try and drag that out of there because I tucked it under the edge. So I'm gonna just peel it up and put some glue under it. Okay, now we're done. For real this time. This is what we've got. So when we fold this page over, we just have this little collage cluster happening down here, and we've got this all very subtle in the background. All right, I like it. I'll move on to this page next. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do, but maybe I'll find a way to use this, this in here somewhere. I kind of like it. All right, I'm going to just leave it here and close this and put it back in my bin. So the next time I pull this out, hopefully I'll remember that that's what I want to do. We'll see. All right, folks, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you're having a great new year. Hope January has been good to you so far. I am going to try to maybe do one more video this weekend. And then classes start Monday, so you probably won't hear from me for a little while, but I will be back soon. As soon as I can get back into the studio, as soon as I have a little bit of energy to make something happen, I'll be back and I'll see you then. Have a great day, folks. Thanks for being here. I'll see you in the next video.